Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and to our witnesses for your time and insights. Let me get straight to the point. To quote Churchill, I think President Biden's economic recovery plan is a riddle wrapped in a mystery inside an enigma. The Democrat plan is to impose job-killing tax hikes on job creators and working families to pay for what they call infrastructure in order to help our economy grow and recover and bolster our energy resilience. Yet it includes little in the way of actual infrastructure and will undermine our largest, most affordable, and most reliable source of energy, oil and gas. Rather, it focuses on massively expensive Green New Deal mandates, unrelated partisan priorities, as well as the largest expansion of government programs from cradle to grave, the likes of which we have never seen and would make FDR blush. Mr. Moore, please help me solve the riddle wrapped in a mystery inside this enigma called the Biden Recovery Plan. It just is not making sense to me. Decode it for me and my colleagues, if you would.
I'm not sure that I can when you put it that way.
Well, let me just reassure you, okay, with all due respect to the other witnesses, and I do have respect for them as I do my colleagues, I don't think they can explain it. And I don't think President Biden can explain it. It makes no sense. I've heard a lot about the climate crisis. I looked up crisis in the Webster Dictionary online, and it said an emotionally significant event or radical change of status in a person's life. I don't know. Maybe it's just where I come from. But if you go out to Denver City and Yoakum County, if you go out to Seminole, Texas, in Gaines County, or Graham, America, or Midland, Odessa, or a lot of rural communities just like it, if you ask the folks in South Dakota, is the world going to end in 10 years on account of climate change? And if that's the crisis that keeps you up at night, I'm going to have to say, they will say, while we need to steward our environment, while it's good to reduce emissions and we're leading the world in it, the crisis that keeps me up at night is how am I going to make ends meet with the inflationary cost up 4%, the highest increase in inflation since 2008. I got small businesses that are saying, I can't hire anybody. We have 8 million jobs open in America. But my colleagues decided it was a good idea to offer a federal enhanced unemployment insurance without putting our amendment that we asked and implored them to put in that would say you can't pay somebody more to be on unemployment than they made in their previous job, because if you do that, you're going to have people trapped. They're going to make the rational decision not to go back to work. So I think some of my small businesses would say, I've got a crisis that keeps me up at night. I can't keep my doors open. I may go out of business for good because I can't hire people back because the federal government's in my way. They're trying to figure out how they're going to make the ends meet because the price at the pump has gone up. And they can't cool their homes this summer without eating into that $500 on average savings that they have. It's going to crush the working man. It is going to crush our middle class families. And I just wonder, what is the solution to decoding the riddle inside the mystery, inside the enigma? I don't understand it. Mr. Moore, I will give you the last word to try to decode this, and give me your thoughts on my comments, if you would, please.
Thank you very much. I'll just say that we have a long track record of the costs of deficit spending for stimulus purposes, which is essentially what this is all about, having costs far beyond those anticipated, and those costs have to be paid eventually. So We're proposing right now during our recovery to borrow vastly from the future, which will have its own recessions. They come every 5 to 10 years. And we're beggaring the future to pay for things today which will not be delivering benefits that far into the future unless we focus narrowly on infrastructure.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.